What is up everyone, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another episode of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. My name is Miles Rowe and in today's video we'll be looking at how easy it is in-game right now to get legendary tools, crystals, as well as just playing alongside other team members and making the most out of the game. So with that being said, let's just dive in and have a look at all these things. Right, so let's try and join this guy here. I think the first thing to mention, guys, if you do see someone doing the new Easter egg challenge, try not to join them as they were doing it originally, because this might mess up their progress and might reset the whole Easter egg. As well as for you, if you already started the Easter egg and someone tries to join you, just be aware that as soon as you allow them in your party, this will reset everything that you have done and the mission will just disappear, as you guys can see in the video now. So the best thing I would suggest doing, if someone does request to join your party, probably just cancel it altogether and do it all over again. Or if you're joining someone else, try to do it again as quickly as you can and as quickly as you hear about the symbols appearing on your screen. Now, also another thing to mention, everyone is on this Easter egg right now, so you might find that things are a bit difficult to appear back, so just try to rotate within these areas. But on the flip side, the good thing about this is that people are not necessarily paying too much attention to the contracts, so if you're there for the containment levels or just the grind of the contracts, this is definitely good news for you. But with all being said, these are definitely some of the things that you should be aware of. If you do start the game with some really good power-ups, just make the most of them. Be the first to activate these contracts and you'll be absolutely fine. I think for those people out there that will think that it kind of takes away any enjoyment for people trying to do the actual Easter egg for the Dark Aether, just be aware that the portals will appear later on in the game, so you just have to be around them and make sure you're the first to activate it. So if you haven't checked this already, there's a link on my video that I have been discussing regarding the entirety of the Easter egg, so you can see this on the right hand side of the screen. So make sure to check it. It's a really good guide of what to do and kind of what to prepare for the new Dark Aether. But of course, everyone should have the opportunity of trying this mode, because at the end of the day, it has been the nicest one yet. Probably also one of the most challenging ones. So it does take a bit of time to do. So be sure to be patient, and the rewards will come at the end. But once you're within this containment area, you just have to make sure you're gathering as many kills as possible, and the orb collecting the kills will at the end release a reward rift, which will contain some essence as well as a legendary Aether tool and a flawless crystal. This of course helps if your weapon is Pack-a-Punch to level 2. It's an easy, quick power up, or you can just quickly put that in your stash and exfil with it and have it for the next game. So however your style is, however your particular gameplay mode is, just try it either way. And the funny thing about it, guys, I think it does bring back the community, it does bring back people trying to play together, working towards the same goal, and not putting people in any sort of awkward situations. And as in this game, I genuinely joined this guy trying to help him, and ended up being beneficial for both of us, which we will follow to go into the Dark Aether as well, which you guys will see in a few seconds. But it goes without saying that if you do want to farm these items, you will obviously be easier if you're playing with someone else as a solo player. So even if it's for the purpose of farming the items and then leaving the squad, I'm sure no one will mind, as long as you're working together to get these items. There we have it, this is our reward. We'll collect that and carry on. So for the next part of the video, we'll just jump straight into the Dark Aether and make the most of the game. In this particular run, we have done the normal sigil, as you can tell from the time that we have on the left hand side, but it has been a really good exercise to allow you to collect the Elder Sigils. So if you ever wondered why you can't find any Elder Sigils through the missions, it's simply because you do have to complete the last mission, which is with the disciple, in order to get the elder as well. So just bear that in mind, because if you're jumping in as a solo player and you think you have finished the contract and you can move on, unfortunately you have to also finish the Aether Spore contract, which will spawn the disciple. So just bear this in mind, because it might save you some time, perhaps into pairing with someone else and going there together. Okay, so now this being off the way, it does help to move on. Right. Not to make a waste there, we use the Pack-a-Punch level 2 crystal to upgrade our Scorcher. So because we're really close from the Outlast contract, to just crack on with this, and just to ensure taking some of the heat away, we'll just clear out the most we can. I've been recently starting to play again with the PDSW guys. It's been absolutely great in the new Dark Aether. The fire rate and the mag size definitely helps. Of course, if you do have the mags of holding, you probably will find that there are some other options out there which are equally or better ranked. But in my particular case, whenever you don't have the mags of holding, I would surely recommend to play with this weapon, because it just does make a difference when you can completely forget about the round numbers that you have left. It's also a really good option up close, and it does make things a lot more interesting and engaging. So, you know, it's just an all-around good weapon that I recommend using. Also, I would probably suggest with the Outlast contract, just make sure you're not kind of stuck in any awkward places, as you saw in this clip just now, because it's a tight area. Every single step you're making needs to be really well calculated, otherwise you're going to end up being stuck, and you'd have loads of zombies already on you. So just make sure you're continuously moving, but in a way that you would not be cornered or trapped. Okay, so we're nearly there. Great. Let's quickly revive our colleague as well.
I've got you, mate. That's how we survive. Thanks.
And this is probably the most annoying thing about it, because there's so many zombies and so many items that fall off them. Whenever the reward rift appears, it just makes it really difficult to access it. So I don't think it's something that we could make any better, but certainly a way of losing some time and potentially also getting killed because you're trying to access the rift. So yeah, just be conscious of this. Okay, so we're gonna go and help our colleague. Oh, he's arrived. Awesome. Okay, let's move on for the last and final contract, which is the escort mission. Alright, so for the escort mission, guys, it's a very straightforward thing, especially when you play someone. It's just the probably easiest escort that they could have added into the Dark Aether, simply because you do have the hordes of zombies, especially the glowing ones, which have specific power-ups, which are making the game somehow easier. Now, it goes without saying that the damage you're taking on the ACV is still really high, so just make sure you're not allowing that to happen. But as soon as you're making that HVT kill that does have the nuke, just make sure you go and get it, because this is going to save you a lot of time and headaches into the actual enemy count. But of course, again, playing with more people, you will make things easier, and especially if you put some sentry guns on the actual ACV, again, it makes the entire game a lot better to play. Okay, so super steady. As you can see, it's been already the second stop and our ACV is above 80%, which is not bad. Again, even if you're playing solos, I think that's when it goes beyond saying that the VI11 actually shines, so you should make sure to bring that with you. Otherwise you might struggle to keep it alive for the most part of the mission. Okay, we are approaching the third stop, and that's by the petrol station, which is not necessarily too manic, but this is where you start seeing a lot more HVTs coming our way. So just make sure here, as always, you protect the ACV as much as possible, because the damage is pretty high as soon as they're in that proximity to attack it. Okay, so for the final part, which is above the bridge, I think as a benchmark, if you're anywhere between 40 to 50% health-wise, if you do not have the VR11, you should be absolutely fine, as long as, of course, you're aiming for those glowing enemies, especially the one that can drop a perk or power-up. Okay, and I think we're almost done. And there we have it, just at the nick of time we've managed to complete this. Okay, so it's almost guaranteed that for each of the mission you get a refined or flawless crystal, so definitely something to make note of, which again brings us to a point of the start of this video in how easy it is now to obtain this legendary or super rare loot. I think it goes without saying that they have probably listened to the community and what we had to say when it came down to the loot in the tier 3 area, so that's probably they have added this this great Easter egg, so I'm sure that people are appreciating that more now, and it makes the gameplay a lot more enjoyable. Okay, so for the final part of this video, we'll be taking down the Spore contract, which will then respawn the Disciple. Now this is the toughest bit of the actual gameplay in the Dark Aether, simply because it's a really small kind of island where everything happens, and you do get loads of zombies coming your way, so just making sure you're moving all the time is probably what's going to keep you alive, as well as having all the strategies in place, and making sure you can eliminate the actual Disciple just before he launches any other HVTs to protect him. So I'm just going to look for one of the spores.
I'm reloading. Got a valuable here.
and there it is. Okay, let's revive our colleague and then get over and done with this.
You're a hard bastard. You'll make it.
Great, and now we are going back to the big four, the one that will deploy a disciple, which is usually in the middle of the map.
My last mag.
Okay, the health is going down really quickly. Let's hope we can get done. Amazing, just before the other HVDs came. So there we have it, guys. We will have the Elder Sigil that we're gonna use for the Elder run, as well as a few other random rewards. But it goes without saying that unless you're completing this last mission, you will not be able to get the final part of the game, which is the Elder Sigil. So with that being said, I do hope this video helped you guys to kind of navigate this. I do hope you've also enjoyed, if you have learned some new things. And it goes without saying, thanks so much for the help and the support in the community and on the channel. It has helped us to kind of grow, and I do hope in the weeks and months to come, more and more content to be uploaded, and of course help you guys navigate this game as well as others as much as possible. So with that being said, thanks so much for watching, thanks so much for your support. If you haven't subscribed already, please do click the subscribe button, and if you had, please also do like and comment on the video. It does help tremendously, and of course it would help with growing the channel even more. So thanks so much, guys. See you in the next video soon.